Alright, what's up everybody, Zoom55 here, and today I am playing some more Pokemon Black 2 Dark Monotype walkthrough. We're in Nimbasa City, and we're going to get some stuff done today. Now, I'm sorry about the lack of videos, but I got something special going on right now for all you guys, and you're going to have a lot of episodes here. So, first of all, when you walk into Nimbasa City, the first thing you're going to notice is these three pretty important looking sprites over here in front of this building. Now, if you go ahead and walk up and talk to them, this guy is a subway boss, which I'll talk about once we enter Gear Station. And if you talk to the other guy, he's Emmett. He's the other one. He likes double battles. So if we talk to this girl right here, you'll notice that she is actually the protagonist if you are playing the girl. And obviously if you were playing as the girl, then it would be the dude here. And she talks about how you can have battles in this subway. And so she wants to battle these subway bosses with you, which is really, really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and battle. I don't remember who I have up front. I think I have Scraggy up front, which should be fine. Her name is Rosa, and obviously if you were playing as the female protagonist, then this would be the dude character. I forget what his default name is, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and have a battle with these two, and it is going to be cool. So Ingo and Emmett will end up actually battling you with a Girder and a Boldor. So Girder is the evolved form of Timber, and Boldor is the evolved form of Roggenrola. And Rosa will end up throwing out, I believe, her starter Pokemon. Yeah, which will be the Pokemon that is weak to your starter. So in this case, she has a Survivor, which is pretty good actually against that Boldor. So that Girder is probably going to hit me with a super effective fighting type attack, but I don't really feel like there's a way around that, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Boldor with a Brick Break. Oh, she actually focuses the Girder, which is nice for me. Hopefully that'll prevent it from just killing me. I think this will one-shot me though, because I do have a minus defense nature. Yeah, I saw that coming. But there really wasn't much I could do, just because their team having a Girder, which is like an evolved fighting type Pokemon, is definitely really scary for my Pokemon, which are all weak to fighting other than Beatrice. But Beatrice is weak to that Boldor. But now the Boldor is weakened, thanks to my Brick Break earlier, I'm not really that threatened by it, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for a block on this Girder. So while Servine goes for the Mega Drain on the Boldor, which is going to KO it, which is nice. Getting a nice chunk of experience from my my big beautiful bird over here. And that should finish off the Girder. So wasn't too bad of a battle. Unfortunately, my poor Scraggy did have to just freaking die, but... And so they're just going to talk about how they want to see us again in, yeah, they really want to see us again in the, actual battle subway. So I will talk about the battle subway, shortly, after we talk to these guys after the battle. They're saying, you guys, we really did really well. Yep. So there they go. And Rose is going to quickly thank you and say that if you ever want to do double battles or multi-battles in there, she'll come and help you if you can't play online, which obviously you cannot. Yep. And for doing this, she is going to give you the Versus Recorder, which is something that you can use to not only record subway boss battles, or like subway battles, but also battles against other players if you were to ever play online, which is cool. Yep. Yep, she's saying she wants to battle like together again, and she heads in here, which obviously means that she's going to battle with us if we go in here. Now, there's a few things that you can do once you're in Gear Station, which is pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out Gear Station a little bit. This is the platform for single trains, super single trains, and then this is double trains. This is super double trains. This is Anvil Town, which is a special one. We're going to talk about later. This is super multi trains, and finally Wi-Fi trains. So obviously the Wi-Fi train is the one that you can do with your friends online, and then all the other ones. These ones will take place in multi-battles. If you don't have another player to connect to online for these two, you will get Rosa as your partner. This one is to Anvil Town, which I will be going to shortly. And then these two are for double battles, obviously, so you can use two Pokemon at once. These are for single battles. And pretty much in all of this, all you do is you just go through battle after battle, and the more you win in a row, the better your prizes will be. Eventually, if you get to a really, really high win streak, you'll end up battling either Ingo or Emmett, depending on which one you win. Or which one you go on. If you do double battles, you go against the dude in the white, who was Emmett. If you go in single battles, you go up against Ingo, the dude in black. And finally, if you're doing multi-battles, you will end up going against both, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so, and I believe there's one other pretty important guy in here. Oh yeah, this guy tells you, so pretty much this guy will customize the stuff that you will say if you were ever do online battles against people. So that's pretty cool, but unfortunately I don't have to deal with that right now. And then this guy, yeah, okay, never mind. No, it's this guy. This guy will tell you information about, no, I'm lying. Maybe that's later in the game. Regardless, there's pretty much nothing you can do in here if you don't want to do the battle subway. I'm not going to be doing it right now because my Pokemon are too weak to really be able to be very helpful in the battle subway. Your Pokemon will be auto set to level 50 for the battle subway. However, the big problem with that is that my Pokemon are all in their base stages, so they're just too weak to really be very useful. But later in the game, once you get some stronger Pokemon, you can actually get some decent rewards in here. So I'm gonna head to Anvil Town really fast. Actually, no, I do want to show off the rewards that you can get for battling a lot in the battle subway first of all. So if you talk to these people, you can exchange the points that you get for winning for stuff. So here you can get all kinds of really, really nice TMs. Now, the big ones I would be interested in would be U-Turn. U-Turn is insane in this game. It's a bug type move, and it switches out your Pokemon after you attack, which is really, really, really nice. Because especially since I'm playing on the set battle style, it's a way for me to get free switches without losing momentum, which is really cool. Swords Dance is another really big one that's good. It increases your attack stat by 2 stages, which is really, really, really good. You got Sludge Wave, which is a fantastic poison type move, 95 base power. It has 10% chance of poisoning, really, really strong. And then the last one I would be really interested in would be Explosion. Explosion is a really, really good move. What it does is it's a 250 base power normal type move, physical, and after using it, your Pokemon faints. So it's really, really nice whenever you want to just kamikaze, do a huge amount of damage, and then be able to switch to a different Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Other than that, these other TMs are okay. Brick Break is okay. Protect is pretty good, but the big ones that I really wanted to recommend to everybody. Now, the other one is going to be talking about items that you can exchange for instead of TMs. So these are all the stat increasing items. So for example, protein increases attack, calcium increases special attack, etc. Then the evolutionary stones, fire, water, thunder, and leaf. And then you've got scope lens, like I said, which increases critical hit ratio. We already have one of those. Wide lens for increasing accuracy, muzzle band for increasing physical power, wise glasses for special. Razor Claw increases crit ratio and also evolves Sneasel into Weavile. Razor Fang is Gligar into Gliscor, also causes you to flinch people. Binding Band increases the power of moves that trap people. So, for example, like Sand Tomb that I had earlier is a good example. Bright Power increases your evasion. Focus Band is a 10% chance that you'll live any attack on 1 health. Zoom Lens increases your accuracy by a lot, but only if you go second. Iron Ball halves your speed, and it doubles your weight. Air Balloon makes you immune to ground type attacks, but it pops if you get attacked. Power Bracer, Power Belt, Power Lens, Power Band, Power Anklet, and Power Weight are all really, really useful because what they do is they make it so that whenever you battle, even though yes, your speed is reduced, it will increase the amount of effort values you get in each of these stats. So it makes it so that your growth of speed, defense, special attack, all these, it will be increased by using these. So even though, yes, it is going to make you weaker overall immediately, it's good for growth. Toxic Orb badly poisons you, which is actually nice for some Pokemon because they have synergy with being poisoned or having status conditions. Same with Flame Orb, which is for burning. White Herb is really useful if you use, for example, a move like Shell Smash, which reduces your own defense and special defense. This move will make it so that it will return that status to normal, which is pretty cool. Power Herb makes it so that you can use charge moves in 1 turn. So, for example, Solar Beam, or for example, Fly, Sky Attack, Dig. All these moves will be used in 1 turn instead of 2, which is nice. Absorb Bulb is makes it so that you'll increase your special attack. You hit by a water move. Cell Battery, if you hit electric attack, your attack will raise. Red card will cause the enemy to switch out forcefully if you get attacked. Eject button will make it so you will get forced out if you get attacked. And then these 3 items are the ridiculous ones. Choice Band gives you a +1 in attack, but you can only use 1 move. Specs is special attack, but only 1 move. Scarf is speed, but only 1 move. All insane items. And then you got the other 2 insane items. Life Orb, boosting the power of your moves by 1.3 times, but you lose 10% of your health on hit. This item is insane, and this is probably the biggest one if you're playing in-game that I would recommend. The choice items are okay in-game, and then these other items are like alright. Like you got items like these glasses and this muscle band, like those are pretty decent. But the big items that if you're really gonna play for the battle subway right now that I want you to go for is that Life Orb and then this Focus Sash. It guarantees that you will always live a hit on 1 HP. So you can't get 1 hit KO'd, which is awesome. And then rare candies, which increase your level by 1. So really, 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 really awesome stuff that you can get here. Decent TMs, but fantastic items if you play the battle subway. And this is really what you should be interested in if you're interested in playing the battle subway, because man, is it good. So now I'm finally gonna head to Anvil Town. There's not a whole lot you can do whenever you go to Anvil Town, but there's definitely some cool stuff that you can see. So Anvil Town is a location in Unova that's only accessible from Gear Station, like you saw. So this girl's talking about a fan stage she lost. But yeah, as you can see, this is like the different like routes for the battle subway. As you saw, all of them had a color assigned to them, so it's kind of cool that it shows you that. We're gonna head up here, and if you stand next to this girl, you can hear her flute in comparison to the normal sound. But you can see all kinds of train cars. They feature different train cars depending on what season you come in. So for example, this one is the Super Double Train. So obviously that's the one used for whenever you're on the really hard difficulty double battle ones. So pretty cool that it just shows off all these different trains depending on what season you come in. Yep. So if you talk to this guy, or not this guy, there are people in here that will trade items. So for example, if you have like a Pokeball, it'll give you like you know, like a Great Ball or something. There are people who do trades, which is really, really, really cool, and it incentivizes you. There are more people depending on what season you come in, and you'll get different item trades, which is pretty much the biggest thing that you want to do if you're in here. Yeah, or yeah, not on excuse me, different seasons, on the weekends. So if you talk to these people, I know that there's somebody in here that gives you an item. Yeah, star piece gathers. So if you have star pieces, they'll trade you all these items, which is really cool. Oh yeah, this guy. Yep. So this guy, depending on when you come, he'll always give you a rare candy the first time he sees you, but he'll give you different items as you play the game. And the more you play the battle subway, because people will drop their items as they play the battle subway. So this girl has a Galvantula, which is cool. Yeah. So pretty simple place. If you come on the weekends, you get to trade items for star pieces. I kind of wish I recorded this on a weekend so I could show that off, actually. It's kind of ironic because tomorrow, whenever I'm recording this, is Saturday. So I could have just waited a day, but what can you do? So we're going to head back to Nimbasa City. That's all I wanted to cover in here. Yeah, so after winning at least 7 battles in the battle subway and you come back to that guy, he'll give you an item, which is pretty cool. Ironically, the wiki article that I was usually using to give me information actually ended up having no information on what the items are that will be traded if you give them star pieces. So I'll end up having to come back here later. So I'll definitely come back here because there actually is a little mini quest. Now that I've talked to that girl who is missing her pan sage, there is actually going to be someone in the city who is guarding a lost pan sage, which is really cool. So if you end up finding that and you come back, there's going to be your item. So I have to go back there again later anyway. But right here is the big hidden item. I mentioned earlier how there was a big hidden item you can't skip. in the Desert Resort, which was the Firestone. Right there is the Thunderstone. So if you want to evolve your Eevees into Jolteons, boom, there you go. So if you try to go in this building and you have a Versus Recorder, she'll talk to you about that. But then she talks about the Battle Institute, which she'll now block the door for. If after you beat the champion, she will end up allowing you in there. So don't worry about that right now. So I was going to go ahead and heal my Pokemon real fast. Alright, so now if we talk to this guy, he's talking about shards. And he will give you different shards, which is really awesome. Yeah, and he's talking about how in Driftvale City, there's someone who will teach you moves in exchange for shards. That alludes to the fact that earlier in the run, I was talking about how shards, you just want to stockpile them, you don't want to worry about them very much. But that guy actually talks about the reason why you want to get shards. And the big reason why is because later in the game, you will end up being able to trade them for your people teaching your Pokemon moves, which is really, really, really helpful for getting certain moves that normally your Pokemon can't learn, which is really powerful. So definitely stockpile those shards, and every time you come across one, check what moves it can learn, because every single opponent of your Pokemon could get something really, really nice if you just spend your shard, which is really cool. So talking to these guys, they're talking about shiny Pokemon. Now, honestly, most people will never find a shiny Pokemon. Personally, I'm actually a shiny hunter myself, and I end up looking for all kinds of shiny Pokemon. I'm not worried about it in this run, because I just wanted this to be a walkthrough. I considered making this a dark shiny Monotype run, but that would just take fucking forever. It would literally mean that between parts, you'd be waiting out, like, literally, and I mean this literally, months and months in between parts. Because anytime I wanted to catch a Pokemon, I would have to go for it. A staggering 1 in 8,192 chance every time I wanted to catch a Pokemon for this team, which would be freaking ridiculous. And there's no way I was gonna do that, but I was considering it because I actually love shiny Pokemon. But yeah, they're talking about how it's different colored and they sparkle when they come out of the grass, which is pretty cool. But this guy will give you a Sunstone for talking to him, which is really, really also important for anybody who wants to use Cottonee or Petalil, because that's what evolves them, which is really awesome. So I highly recommend coming in here to give you to get that Sunstone, because it's a big thing. Also, it evolves Suncurrent into Sunflora for all those people who are using Suncurrent. So heading into this house next. Talking to some people just in case they give me stuff. I know there's some more items that can't be found in here. Now this is girl's talking about Wonder Launcher. It's a special kind of battle that's available if you're playing online, which is cool. Yeah, this guy's talking about the big stadium. This girl's talking about the small court, which I will be covering just momentarily. Oh yeah, this girl, this nice old woman, will give you a Soothe Bell if your Pokemon has at least okay happiness, which fortunately my Scraggy does. Soothe Bell is a held item where if you hold it, it will increase their happiness as they battle and at a higher rate, which is really, really, really helpful. Increasing happiness is really nice for any Pokemon that needs to evolve through happiness. So for example, if you want to use like an Umbreon or an Espeon, it's a really good opportunity to give your Eevee a Soothe Bell so that its happiness will increase. Or for example, if you're using a Woobat. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is going to be right here. This is the Pansage. Yep. If you have talked to that trainer, and you talk to this guy who is standing in front of the musical, this guy will have the Pansage. So I'll end up going back to Anvil Town in the next part probably, so that I can show you what happens on the weekends. But if you go ahead and go back to Anvil Town now, you can get the item that I was talking about. But the next thing I wanted to go over is the musical theater. Now, personally, I really, really think that the musical theater is a very cute addition to the game. However, I think it is just absolutely just the most boring experience. But if you do like the musical theater, I definitely respect it. It's pretty fun. It allows you to dress up your Pokemon with all kinds of different props and see them participate in musicals, which is pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and do it. Just once, just to show it off. So, there are certain Pokemon that are unable to participate in musical theater. I think it's if they're too big, or if they're like a mythical Pokemon, you can't use it. But I will end up. I guess I'll dress up my little Purloin that I have for using cut. So now I gotta just I'm gonna have to pull out my mouse here because I can't really. I have this attached to my DS, so I have to use my mouse because I can't use the touchscreen for my setup. So I gotta dress up my Purloin here with props. So I'll give it some glasses. Boom. Deal with it. I'll give you a top hat. That's respectable. I'll give you a bow tie. Yeah, that's you're looking fire right now. Look at some flames. Give you a bow. Yeah, that's nice. We're rolling it. We're rolling it. Honestly, I'm satisfied with that. Can you use a cane? No, you're a cat. Alright, that's good enough for me. So looking good, Purloin. So pretty much you just get a chance to dress up your Pokemon using different props that you obtain throughout doing a lot of different things throughout the Unova region. Yep. And if you want to talk to the receptionist, oh, I forgot, he doesn't force you to do it the first time. Okay. So if you want to do a musical, you can. Pretty much what it does is it takes your Pokemon that you dressed up, and it pits it up against 3 other Pokemon that have been dressed up by AI, and you pretty much get to use like special moves depending on what props you have equipped, and you're trying to get the audience's attention, and you'll end up winning different you'll end up winning adoration from all your fans, and you can do it with friends if you can play online, which obviously you can't anymore, unfortunately. But you'll end up getting people to give you items if you do well, similar to the musical theater, or excuse me, not the musical theater, the movie stars, the Pokestar Studios. So the more fans you get, the more items you'll get from your fans, which is pretty cool. But you talk to this girl right here, she'll give you the TM49 Echoed Voice, which is a good thing to pick up. Pretty much, Echo Voice is just it's a weak normal type move, but if you use it every single turn, so you know, if you teach it to multiple Pokemon, or if you teach it to your Pokemon and you use it every turn, the power will double every time you use it. So it starts off, I believe, at 30 base power, then it goes to 60, then 120, then 240, and it gets wild. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. It might be 30, 60, 90, 120, something along those lines, but I know that it gets ridiculous if you use it a lot, but it's a bit gimmicky, so I'm not going to worry about it. But definitely pick up that team if you're interested. So all these people are just talking about trying to attract attention, like right here, which is the point. Yeah, they're all talking about their own image of different props. So if you're trying to get there's certain schemes, like dress schemes, that you really want to focus on. So you don't want to use like props of all different kinds, because you'll end up losing points with the audience if your dress up makes no sense. So yeah, and some Pokemon look better with certain schemes. So for example, if your Pokemon is like a Purloin, for example, cute is the thing that will end up synergizing the best and make people like your Pokemon the best. So just gonna go ahead after all this and go to the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, which is gonna be these 2 buildings, the big stadium and the small court. Now these are really, really nice areas because daily you get to battle trainers here, which is really, really cool. So today there's going to be soccer players in the big stadium. So if I head in here and I talk to these soccer players, they will battle me. So this happens on a daily basis, so this will refresh. So this is a really, really good way, similar to what I was talking about earlier with the breeders, to grind experience and train your Pokemon. So this guy's got a Roggenrola. We're going to take this thing out with our Scraggy here. But this is a really, really good way to train if you're having trouble, for example, with the 4th gym, because you can battle these guys every day. So you don't even have to, if you want to reset your DS clock, for example, you don't even have to wait a day. You can just cycle the DS clock forward by a day, and you get to battle these guys again. So it's a really, really, really efficient way of training your Pokemon. So gonna finish off that Roggenrola, get that Moxie boost, and get some experience. Should level me up to 25. Yep, which is real nice. Yep. And as you can see, their Pokemon are actually relatively decently high level. I don't remember how many times these guys give you items. That guy gives you a potion. I don't remember that. But we'll talk to this guy next. But these Pokemon are actually pretty, like, decently leveled. So you actually get some nice experience, which is awesome. This guy's got a Tranquil. Uh-oh. That's a flying type. I don't really want to die to, like, an Air Cutter. And I can't one-shot this thing with Brick Break. And it's going to be faster than me, so I'm going to swap. I'll go ahead and go into my Sandile since it's got Rock Tomb now. Show off that power. Yeah, Air Cutter's gonna come out. Maybe I could have gone to Beatrice while that's a lot more than I wanted to. We're gonna go ahead and go for Rock Tomb Miss, which is really awesome, and then take an Air Cutter to the face. And now we're swapping. Gonna go ahead and go to Mandibuzz here, and hopefully Mandibuzz can take on this frickin' Tranquil. It's gonna go for quick attack. You've only increased my speed after critting me in the face. Stupid. Alright. But now you can hit it with a Rock Tomb. Hit it, Beatrice, or it'll just use Detect, which is awesome, which makes it immune to all attacks. Alright, Rock Tomb, boom. Why are you quick attacking me? I hate you. Alright, gonna hit this thing with a Rock Tomb finally. Did peanuts, bro. Alright, let's see how much damage Pluck does. Because maybe the stab bonus is gonna do more. It did pretty much the same amount. Oh my god. Well, Roost is gonna heal itself, which is ridiculous. This is gonna take forever, bro. Oh my goodness. Dude, because of this weak armor, my defense keeps lowering. It's gonna actually be able to 1v1 me because I keep taking more and more damage from this. I never would have expected my freaking Mandibuzz to just lose to this Tranquil. Do some damage there. It's gonna heal up with Roost, which is awesome. Just absolutely just awesome. This is awesome, dude. This is going great. I'm gonna switch to Liepard. Yep, I'm gonna switch to Liepard because Liepard should be able to out damage this much better than Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz's attack stats are just awful. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Fake Out since it's free damage. And then we are gonna go for Return, get some damage out. This should knock us out. It is, so thank God this Trank will finally die. My whole team's gonna get some experience for this one. That was a team effort. So, cool beans. That was an absolute struggle. Struggle and a half, but we are gonna battle this third guy. And apparently these guys all give you potions, which is cool. Free items for sure. I'm pretty sure they only give them to you the first time you battle them, but I'm not actually certain. Oh, this guy's got a Liepard. I like your taste, but unfortunately this is a bad matchup for you. Fighting types, I know from experience, are a pain. So this Brick Break should just absolutely murder this guy after getting faked out, which obviously is going to happen against Liepard. Yeah, this Brick Break should absolutely ruin your life. Guy's got Home Claws though. It's threatening. But yeah, this Brick Break, it's over. Like, just fold. Oh wait, he lived? Bro! Scraggy, you're freaking slacking, bro. I'm gonna use Torment. I expected him to have Torment, so I ended up didn't use Brick Break again because I knew I wouldn't be able to use it. So we're gonna hit him with the headbutt, get that Moxie boost. This is gonna give me a lot of experience though, because I'm all Pokemon. Yeah, 1200, really nice. So yeah, Liepard, Tranquil, like both are evolved Pokemon. So if you battle these guys repeatedly, you get some solid experience. Really, really good use of training. So awesome there. And I head to the small court, which is the same way, except with smaller sports, not smaller in scale, but smaller in literal size. Like you don't need as big of a court. Like I believe they do like basketball and like tennis there, whereas in the big stadium it's like baseball, football, and soccer. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal my Pokemon real fast, since literally my entire team got shreked by that Tranquil. But I am ready to head over to the small court, and then I will, I think there's one more thing I want to do, because I might as well make this one a little longer, just because I haven't done this in a little while. So I go ahead and head into the tennis court today, and battle some of these tennis players. Oh, they're called smashers. Right. Because that's clearly the technical term for a tennis player, is a smasher. This guy's got a Blitzel, which is an electric type. We have not seen this yet, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty fast. It's got some nice attack. Normally I would just go straight into my my Sandile for this, but I want to see if Scraggy can handle it. I get paralyzed in the first spark, and I get fully paralyzed. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. Guess I'm going straight into my Sandile. What a joke. Spark, I believe, is a 30% chance of paralyzing, and then I have a 25% chance of getting fully paralyzed. So that's really awesome. RNG right there. It's really sick. But this dig is gonna absolutely murder this blood zone. And I should hit level 26 here on my Sandile here. Boom. Which is cool. Get another potion. I guess I'll go ahead and use that, since my my poor Scraggy is absolutely just crippled right now. Yeah. And I wanted to get some more experience. It's not going to be very useful in this next gym battle. So yeah, I'll heal it up with the potion, and then I'll use this paralyzed heal on it. So now I'll go ahead and talk to this next trainer. But yeah, there was a few things that I wanted to talk about during this playthrough about like the actual Pokemon fandom. And I'm really, really happy that I'm seeing a lot of respect for Gen 5 recently. There's a lot of people talking about how great Gen 5's music was and how great Gen 5's story was. And I really do want to like gush about this game as much as I can, because even in these small little areas, right, like you get so much flavor. Like this city is, I believe, supposed to be based off of New York. Castelia City plus Nimbasa City is supposed to be based off of New York City in America, which is why there's all kinds of sports stadiums and like the huge skyscrapers in Castelia City, which is really, really awesome. And I just love that attention to detail, like kind of similar to how in Gen 6 it's based off of Paris. So for example, Lumiose City with the huge tower in the middle, it's based off of the Eiffel Tower, which is really awesome. So I really, really like that, and I like that attention to detail that just these two cities show. You know, just that little bit. There's like an amusement park on the right in this city. You know, that's really awesome. So I like that attention to detail a lot. Also, there's fantastic music in the city, by the way. If you've been listening to it for this entire video, it is fantastic. There are so many people who make all kinds of like jazz remixes of this song. It's just fantastic. So, absolutely love the music here. And you can spend so much time in Nimbasa City due to like the repeatability of like battling these trainers, and like due to all this like the different things like the gear station stuff and the battle institute that I was talking about earlier that you do after you beat the game. And then obviously like the amusement park. There's so many different things you can do in here. You'll hear this music so often. So like what's so cool is like it's one of the best songs in the soundtrack, and they know that it has to be good because you're gonna be spending so much time. So I just absolutely love it. Really cool. So we're gonna take out this Meryl with the pair of brick breaks. Get that Moxie boost with our Scraggy, our boy Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. Yep. So honestly, Scraggy is top 10 rappers. Eminem is too afraid to diss. Real talk. So cool beans. So after all that, there's really nothing else to do in Nimbasa City proper at the moment, other than take on the gym. So I am gonna go ahead over there. I'm not gonna take on the gym in this video. I'm probably not even gonna take it on in the next video either, because there is some more stuff I wanted to do before taking on the gym, because I'm a little weak. Honestly, the gym is really tough this time. I know I said that the previous ones weren't really that tough, and then I ended up having like a ton of trouble with them. Especially in the case of the Castelia City gym. Like I had to like absolutely scum the heck out of that battle, like using all kinds of items, and all my Pokemon died, and all my strategies failed. But this one is intense. Actually, before I do anything else, I want to check this. Do you sell technical machines? Oh, these are some pretty good ones too. Thunder Wave paralyzes the target guaranteed, which is cool. Gyro Ball is a move that's based off how slow you are. It's a steel type move. It's actually nice. Unfortunately, none of my Pokemon are really going to use it. And then Light Screen increases your special defense, Reflective increases your physical defense, which is pretty cool. But I'm not going to worry about them right now. I don't really need them. Please tell me you sell X items, bro. Nope. None yet. I'll buy a few Super Repels, which is an upgraded version of regular Repel. They're actually the most money efficient too. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of this right now. I've got healing items. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that nobody sells X items, bro. But if you head on over here, I'm gonna turn on my dazzling machine for this, into the amusement park. There's some stuff that I wanted to do. So if you head down here, you get a really, really important item. Do I want to save this for later? Yeah, I do. Because don't pick this item up yet if you don't want to start like a long time side quest. I'm gonna do it throughout the game, but I want to pick this up last as I do this. So the first thing I wanted to do is talk about this building right here. If you don't remember from the Black and White games, this is the gym from Black and White. However, in this game, as you notice by the fact it doesn't have the big gym symbol, it actually isn't. So if you go into this garbage can, you can grab a 5, which is cool. Quickly talk to this guy. He's singing to this girl right here. Good for him. The Scraggy right here. I respect that. What's up, Scraggy? But yeah, there's like a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel. If you talk to the person in front of the Ferris wheel, you get to ride it. And after having a Pokemon battle, and this is another thing that's daily, and it's based off of the season. And the more time you do it, you get different dialogue, and you end up forming like a bond with these people. So this is Summer, so we're against Nursery 2 with her Squadloon. So my Scraggy should be able to damage this thing pretty well with a Feint attack. That did peanuts. But Razor Leaf did peanuts too, so use and protect. Stalling me out. But yeah, after battling these people, you get to ride the Ferris wheel with them, which is cool. You get some cool dialogue. You get some cool views. We're taking advantage of that DS screen. That high quality. But in all honesty, Gen 5 really uses the DS's technology to its absolute fullest. Like, in the Black, White, and Black 2 White 2 games. Also, I'm not going to learn Chip Away. It's a 70 base power physical normal type move, but it ignores all stat changes. So, for example, if the opponent increases their defense, it will use it as if their defense is still base, which is really, really cool. But I'm not worried about it. Headbutt is better for a normal type move anyway, because it can flinch. But yeah, this is a really, really good, cool way of, yeah, she's talking about how she's been so tired and all that. And the more time you spend with her, she'll tell you more about her story. So she's at like a nursery age, she spends all her time with kids, Pokemon, and all that, which is cool. But Gen 5 really uses the technology to its best. It's so muggy, I shouldn't have worn my apron. This one gets actually kind of funny, so I'm just gonna let this one play out. I'm not even gonna read this. It's fine, check out the scenery. Kids game, by the way. Kids game, by the way. Kids game. But yeah, this game uses the graphics of the system to its absolute utmost use, which is why this game is so good. And she's talking about how a lot of the trainers that she meets at her daycares are actually like really abusive of their Pokemon, and they blame all the people at the daycare for making the Pokemon not like them. Meanwhile, the trainers are just bad to them, which is really interesting. So you'll hear more about that if you do this repeatedly. But for me, that's all I wanted to do with her for now. But you'll notice if you come over here, not only is there an item that I want to grab, which is a Paralyze Heal, which is cool. Talk to these people. And that guy's talking about how they're always talking about their cross receiver. There's like a star they're talking about. But yeah, if you talk to this guy right here, which is obviously Claude, yeah, he's talking about how the gym leader is out right now. So this is the new gym. As you can see by like the fact there's like a runway picture on the left, and there's like flashing lights. this is a fashion show, which is much more fitting in my opinion for Elisa than a roller coaster. So if you head over here into the old gym, you can end up trying to hunt down the gym leader. So you will end up. He also teleports, by the way. Yeah, so this was the gym in the first game, but in this game, it's just a nice little gym challenge place where you get to get some extra training before the gym, and get some items and stuff, which is pretty cool. Talking to this guy, he's just talking about how awesome Elisa is. But now, we get to head on to the next part of the roller coaster. This girl's gonna be talking about how awesome the roller coaster is, which is cool. I agree, roller coasters are awesome. Gotta wait for the roller coaster to come around again. I just missed it. So I talked to that girl. Come on! There we go. And if you out pops this guy, he will end up battling you, which is cool. So this is good. Another good way to gain some experience before the gym. Rich boy rolling. He's got a Blitzel, so there are going to be some electric type Pokemon in here to help you prepare for matching up against the gym leader, since she is an electric type gym. Fortunately for me, I really am not too worried about it. I can get Thunder Wave, which is awesome, but I'm not too worried about it because I have my Sandile, but it is going to be a little tough due to the fact that Sandile is just its base form, so I'm going to get some experience before I battle Elisa. Dude, can I not get full paralyzed twice in a row? This is actually wild. Getting Shockwave in the face right here. Should be able to tank that pretty well, but jeez, it's ridiculous. One-shotted the Blitzel there. Like, all I needed was one Brick Break, and meanwhile I get fully paralyzed twice, bro. Crazy stuff. So now we gotta wait for the roller coaster again. So I'm gonna switch up my Pokemon here, because freaking Scraggy's in no shape, so I'm gonna put in Beatrice. I know Beatrice has a bad matchup against a lot of Pokemon. In here because Electric is super effective against flying, but it's got good enough defenses. I'm confident it can take it, and I'm also confident that she'll level up if we end up getting some experience. We're gonna go down a drop here on this roller coaster, which is awesome. Ugh, I just missed the roller coaster. Unlucky. So gotta wait. Gotta wait. And another trainer comes out. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm confident that my Mandibuzz is gonna level up here, so that's cool. So I'm gonna battle this girl. She's got a Flaffy, which is another electric type. It's the evolved form of Reap, which we saw earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a feint attack, just to gauge my damage. Oh, crits it, one-shots it. I also get 30% chance to get paralyzed, but whatever. Big one-shot, so Beatrice is gonna level up level 26. Good for my Mandibuzz. Yeah, get wrecked. So now we can go ahead and hop on this thing. Go through a loop-de-loop. Boom! And you'll end up talking to this beauty right here. Yeah, and she's talking about how I could have seen the gym leader if I got a little faster, but she gives you a paralyzed heal. It says, head to the real gym. So, pretty cool. So now if you press this button, you can go all the way back to the beginning. But it's a good way to battle some extra trainers, get a paralyzed heal, and just go through the gym puzzles from the previous game. It's kind of cool to see that they still wanted to use it, but they wanted to give a little bit of a new character to Lisa, because she definitely is one of the more interesting gym leaders, being a model and everything. So I'm gonna head over here and finally grab this. I'm gonna heal my Pokemon, and then we'll continue on with exploring the area around Nimbasa City in the next episode. But this is a really important item to pick up if you want to go on a really long-standing side quest that ends with meeting a really cool character that a lot of people don't get to meet, and end up getting something really, really, really powerful. Because you get later in the game, by doing this side quest, you end up able to trade for Pokemon that have hidden abilities, which is awesome. And some Pokemon that you can't normally obtain. So I'll talk all about that whenever we go through the quest, but I'm gonna finally pick it up. It is the lost cross transceiver, or the dropped item, but it's clearly a lost cross transceiver. And immediately, it will ring. The person who dropped it is going to be talking to you. Hello. Yes, that's right. I'm the owner of that cross transceiver. It's an old cross transceiver right now, so it's audio only. Sorry. Thank you for finding it. The truth is, I want to come pick it up right away, but right now I'm very busy with work. I'm not in a place where I can stop and get it. If you don't mind, could you hang on to it for a little bit? Really? You don't mind? Thank you so much. My name is, Yancy. And you are? Z-Man? Okay, when word calms down, I'll come pick it up, so please take care of it for me. Also, I'm sure that you want to keep in touch until I can pick up my cross transceiver, so I'll call your cross transceiver off. Bye then. Thanks again. So, start of a long-standing side quest. As you go through the game and go to certain locations, Yancy will end up calling you, and you'll talk about yourself. You'll end up learning more about Yancy. You'll learn more about your, what they do and what they like to do and all that. And you'll end up forming a bit of like a relationship, like a friendship with this person before finally being able to return the cross transceiver, which is really, really cool. But that's actually one of the only places in the entire game, this dropped item quest, where you'll actually get efficiency out of the different surveys that you do at the beginning whenever you go to Castelia City. Whenever you go to the Passerby Analytics HQ, when they talk about, you can you can go through all these surveys, talk about what you like and dislike, your favorite things to do, all that. That text will change depending on what you say in those different surveys. So if you really do want to get different text whenever you're talking to Yancy, you can do that. If you're playing as the male character, you'll get Yancy. If you're playing as the female character, it'll actually be a different character altogether. But overall, the text will not change. It just ends up changing the gender of the person that you end up finding at the end of it. So that's pretty cool. But overall, just going to heal my Pokemon real fast. And that's all I wanted to really cover in this episode. We are in the next episode going to talk about some more things you can do around Nimbasa City before you take on the gym, because I do not think I'm quite prepared yet. I want to get a level up on my Sandile at least in order to be properly prepared for the gym. But we're going to take care of that in the next episode. So thank everybody so much for watching. More coming soon. And yeah, peace.